All right. UFC for Gillivan just ended a couple hours ago. As at the time of this recording, it is currently 1:20 a.m. I wanted to talk about this card as soon as it ended, but I just had a couple errands to do, and my errands have just been family visit over at the worst timing, and pretty tired. But I wanted to talk about this fight card real quick for just a couple minutes, and then I'll just go to bed. So let's start with the prelims. We saw Grant Dawson fight Diego Ferreira, and Dawson won. I was surprised by that. Bogdan Gustavo, it's Billy Alicana, and just a bunch of bums, I'm not even gonna lie. But we just saw Payne and Albert actually get beat by Arsenio Barcelos, so it makes you wonder if Payton Albert is maybe not that good as we think he is. You know, sometimes we have that. Prospects just lose their first fight and they're not as good as we think they are, or sometimes they just need to level up, you know. I don't think he's a bum. I don't think that he's gonna be like trash or a shit fighter. I think we just need to wait and see in a couple years, because Payton Albert is I don't even know how old this guy is. Probably like somewhere in his mid-20s. You know, there's time to level up his career, kind of like Sean O'Malley. Even though O'Malley only lost to Chito Vera when he was building up his career as a prospect. But we'll see. Payton Albert lost the fight by decision. Anyways, after we talked about the prelims, because prelims are a bunch of no names, and we're not even going to talk about early prelims, let's talk about the main card. We saw the Ritter actually get Holland by submission, and if I remember correctly, I think that was my prediction. I think it might have been the Ritter by decision, but I was also saying it could have been by submission, but it was submission round one. I just don't really like Kevin Holland that much anymore. Holland is just insufferable, and he's always got that weed, bro, like personality. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I smoke weed, bro. Like, I'm cool and I don't care. I'm edgy. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. You're like what? How old is Holland? Let me see right here. Let me see. Kevin Holland age. Holland is, give me a second here, 32. You are a 32-year-old ass man still talking about weed like you're a teenager. Like, get the fuck out of here. There's still like a tiny percentage of me that likes Holland, but I just can't stand Holland anymore, and I think he's just like a sore loser, or he's always like saying, oh, he's not giving it a shot. Like, fuck Holland. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. But yeah, we saw the winner win by submission. That was a good win. Jalton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak. Spivak, if I remember correctly, actually got a takedown. Like, my stream kept lagging during the Spivak fight for some odd reason, and the Almeida fight, so I couldn't really like watch it. But I'm pretty sure I saw like Spivak get a takedown or reversal on Almeida during the fight. And it's one of those things where I was thinking like, oh, it's just Almeida not as good as we thought, but then Almeida did like the reversal, I'm pretty sure, or he got another takedown, and he got a round one KO. 44 minutes and 53 seconds, which is pretty good. I always knew Almeida was good, and his record is starting to hold up. 22 wins, 3 losses. The only win he's had in the heavyweight division, I believe, is just Curtis Blades, who's another grappler. And if you saw that fight, you would remember that Curtis Blades was actually getting dominated by Almeida on that fight, until Almeida shot a takedown the wrong way, and he was getting hit by multiple elbows during the wrong, because Curtis was defending the takedown, you know, elbows to the head. So it wasn't even that bad of a loss, honestly. Heavyweight is, those guys at heavyweight just have different power, and Almeida used to fight at welterweight, used to fight at light heavyweight. Now he's just fighting at heavyweight, and he's dominating everyone, even though he's like a smaller size, just because Almeida's skill set is just so good, because heavyweight skill set is just so low in general. But it was good to see that from Almeida. The people's main event, Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. Now, Yuri got a KO in the third round, and I was really happy because it was such a good fight. I didn't expect it to be that good as we fought, honestly. I thought it was going to be like just a little bit of a stinker, because everyone just had so high hopes of this fight. And I actually thought Hill was going to win. Even though I picked Hill to win, doesn't mean that I wanted him to win. There's certain people I just don't want to win, even though I picked him to win. Hill is one of those guys, because Hill's just so fucking delusional. He's just so like in his face, so in people's faces, and he's thinking he's this and that, like talking shit about Pereira like 9 months later. Like, just shut up, man. Like, please, you're embarrassing yourself on the internet. You're not. And people are saying, oh, I think he was saying in your interview with like, oh, I'm just trolling and this and that. Like, okay, allegedly trolling. Anyways, that was a sick fight by Yuri Prochazka, and I don't know what Prochazka is gonna do next in the light heavyweight division. He lost to Pereira twice. I think he probably needs 1 or 2 wins to even fight Pereira again, if Pereira is still the champ. And that's going to be a good fight whenever that happens. Right now, I think Yuri just needs to sit out, see what happens with the Magomed and Kalaya fight with Pereira, which I'm going to do a video about later. I'm not going to talk about it in this video. And we'll see what happens to Yuri. But that was a very good fight. Nice KO. Yuri got a couple of knockdowns, I think, and it was just a back-and-forth fight. Congrats to Yuri for that one. All right, next fight, co-main event. Merab versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Man, I told you guys that Umar, or not Umar, my bad, that Merab was gonna win. And I had so many people saying, oh, you're wrong, like, Umar, but whatever he wants, Dagestani wrestling, bro. Like, man, shut your ass up. I was in the minority when I said that Merab was gonna win. I was like, Merab is gonna win. Merab is gonna use his monstrous cardio to his degree, you know, or to his advantage. He's gonna use it to beat Umar. And if you saw the fight, the first 2 rounds were a bit competitive, but it went to Umar. I didn't see the fight that well because my stream kept lagging, but I saw like most of it. The beginning of the fight, the stream just kept lagging, so I didn't see that much of it. But I think the second round went to Umar, but I think there was an argument for Merab, maybe. I didn't get to see the full second round, unfortunately, so I can't really like give a fair assessment of it. But I know that the last 3 rounds definitely went to Merab, and you guys saw how Merab was just dominating, or not dominating, but he was just like putting a pace on him, like a monstrous pace. This guy is a damn machine. I was literally saying in the back of my mind, like, this guy is a damn animal. We'd never seen cardio that monstrous before in a fighter. And I don't know if he's like on EPO, probably. He's probably on an EPO, but it's also just his genetics too. Like, you can't get that type of cardio even if you have yourself EPO. Like, look at TJ Dillashaw when he got caught for EPO. Like, was Dillashaw even ever renowned for having good cardio? Like, did he actually have good cardio now that I think about it? Like, I think he did, but I think people overrated. Usually when I think of people that have monstrous cardio, you think of people like Kobe, Usman in his prime, Max Holloway to a degree. But Merab is just taking it to the next level and really like executed the use of cardio. Like, he just kept getting takedowns. He was thrown around Umar around the cage. Like, I remember in the 5th round, he did a takedown that pushed him to the ground, and he was just like showboating, pointing at him and laughing. Like, this guy is genuinely crazy. Like, he enjoys fighting. He enjoys dominating people and just like out pressuring them and out cardioing them and making them look like fools. Umar was just looking like he was tired. He was heavy breathing, like he was heaving. He didn't have any energy to defend the takedowns. His like striking was getting sloppy. And I was happy, man. I know it might seem like a hater, but it was good to see Khabib see one of his boys lose. Cause like, man, I also hated the fact that people were just like riding on Umar, like saying, oh, he's this and that, he's gonna do everything to Merab, 50-45 decision, he's gonna beat Merab and he's gonna dominate him. And I'm just so happy to see Merab get the win and get some credit, not get as much hate anymore, because I like Merab, man. I've always been a fan of him for a while, and you can even make the argument that maybe he's the bantamweight GOAT now. Personally, I think he needs 1 more win to cement it. Some people probably already agree that he's already bantamweight GOAT, but I think he needs just 1 more title defense so he can really like be set in stone that Merab is a bantamweight GOAT. That's just my opinion, but it was an amazing fight of the night, and I don't think you can call yourself a Merab hater anymore. I think if you dislike Merab at this point, you're just not an MMA fan at that point. You might dislike him as a person, but as a fighter, you can't say that he's bad or this boring. This guy is fun. His pressure and his cardio, or not pressure, just cardio, and the way he utilizes it is so fun to watch. The way he just dominates people because of his cardio and just keeps going like an actual machine. So congrats to Merab for that win. And let's get to the main event. Final fight of the night, Islam Makhachev versus Renato Moicano. Yeah, this was Armin fucked it up for everyone, man. Islam Makhachev beat Renato Moicano in the 1st round by submission, like I predicted, and I just remember seeing him, like, I remember Moicano dropped him. I think he might have dropped him, or Islam might have slipped. He might have slipped on something, I'm not too sure. And I thought that, like, oh damn, could this be like a competitive fight? Could we see like a genuine upset fluke win by Moicano? But then like they got to grappling, and I thought Moicano would have been smart enough not to give up his neck when he was scrambling. But unfortunately he did, and he got submitted in the 1st round. And for someone that has like a black belt BJJ like grappling. I just would have thought he would have been smarter, or maybe he just got like pressurized by like Islam and grappled heavy. But that was disappointing. I don't really blame Moicano for losing because he's just not at that level. And Islam just looked pissed off from like start to finish from the fight. I think it was because he saw like Umar lose. So, but it's nice to see these guys. And yeah, I know some people are like Dagestani fans. Some people say you're just a Dagestani hater. But it's nice to see these people lose for once because I'm tired of people putting them on a pedestal. It's just annoying. But yeah, the fight just sucked. Arman really ruined it for everyone else just because supposedly, allegedly, he had an injury. And you know how it is. I don't even think it was an injury. I just think he missed weight and he was passing it off as an injury. Apparently, Dana White actually said that Arman is going to have to earn his title shot again. So maybe we could be seeing an Oliveira rematch again. Arman versus Oliveira 2, 5 rounds for the title shot at 155. And I don't know what Islam Makhachev is going to do next. It's disappointing that he just faced like lower competition for his final defense to break the record. But, you know, unfortunately, shit happens. And I can't wait to see what he does next, what happens to the division. I think he's probably going to maybe move up or take a fight in June, July. I really hope that they don't make him wait until October, like an Abu Dhabi card to fight again, because that'd be fucking stupid. That'd be really annoying just to see Islam, like, sit out for 9 months for no reason. It's just stupid. You don't have to sit out for that long. Besides, he got finished with that fight very quickly. I think you can make the argument for a June card after Ramadan's over, like late June, early July, and then you can maybe fight once more in December, or maybe like early next year. We'll see. Anyways, it's late. It's like I said, it's around 1:20, 1:30 a.m. here. 10 minutes have passed since I started talking. I'm just gonna end the video here, and we'll talk about the other situations with the implications of the fight card, like Pereira finally fighting Ankalaev. Talk about what's Arman's next opinion, or what's Arman's next option in Oliveira rematch if Islam is going to move up. A lot of implications after this card, but it's just really late, and I'm really tired, and I don't have time to talk about it all in one go. All right, that's it for this one. See you guys in the next one.